What's up, internet? I think one of the reasons why so many people find meditation challenging is because everything is happening internally. It is not like a sport where you can just give someone instructions on what to do.
Maybe don't hold a record like that. Maybe change the way you're standing.
That's it. It is one of the most amazing tools, ass down, when it comes to accessibility and effectivity. You don't need all kind of fancy gears just to get started. You don't need some kind of aerodynamic helmet just to go faster into the zone. You can do it anywhere, anytime, and if you have a smartphone, you will have access on your fingertips, a huge library of content that's available to you. In today's video, I will be sharing 3 of the apps that I have used and I can recommend to you if you're interested in trying it out for yourself. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Trey and this channel is all about self-improvement, and not just any type of self-improvement. It is about super serious self-improvement, because life is a lot more fun when you take yourself extremely seriously. On this channel, I will be sharing things that can help you grow as a person, and this is the 4th part of a meditation series that I'm starting with, and in the future videos I will be talking about other personal development tools that you can use. So let's just jump right into it. First, let's take a look at Headspace. Together with Calm.com, they are probably the 2 biggest meditation apps out there today. I was choosing between these 2 when I was starting out, but I didn't really vibe with the way Calm.com had their design as well as the programs. It was a bit confusing, so I just went with Headspace. And I was a very happy customer for the first 2 years of my practice using Headspace. Let's jump into their app. So this is what it looks like in their home screen. You can add favorites, you can also look at things you've done previously, and they even have a curriculum plan for you for the day, which is kind of nice. It didn't exist when I was using it. So the meditation tab is the biggest and most important feature of the app. And you want to go to courses and singles, and I imagine this is where the bulk of their content lives. So if you're starting out, I encourage you to take a look at their basics course first. There are 3 parts of them, and I believe there are 10 sessions each, so they're about 3 to 10 minutes. And you can even choose the teacher that you prefer today. Back when I was doing it, it was just Andy, the founder, and of course you can also download the sessions if you don't want to stream them. So there are many other courses, as you can see: coping with cravings, coping with illness, creativity, that one I enjoyed a lot, finding focus, happiness. There's many courses here. So it's gonna take you quite some time to go through them if you were to really do them daily. Can be very helpful. They have timers here, and I think these are just silent meditations where you can pick between 5 minutes and 2 hours, for example. They've also made a series of really cute and fun animations to illustrate some of these concepts. So for example, let's find one on loving kindness. They have one on loving kindness. Of course they do. And let's have a short look at it.
When practicing loving kindness, we use a very particular type of visualization. Rather than living with resentment towards others, we're training the mind to let go of any hostility, to let go of any anger, and instead be present with unconditional kindness.
Yeah, you get the idea. We won't look at the whole thing. And then finally, they also have, a tab on sleep. I mean, this is new. They have sleep cast stories to help you fall asleep. They have music, I believe, sleep music, all different kinds of sleep music. And they even have a move tab these days where there's physical workouts. Yoga in there, if that's your thing, energizing yoga. So there's tons of content in there for you to explore, and even playlists. The last thing I want to show you is just what it looks like within your account. So you can add friends, you can see some stats, and you can also see your progression of the journey as you've been going along. So yeah, that's a quick run through of the Headspace app. I think they cost about €50/$60 for an annual subscription, and I think that's very reasonable considering the amount of content they have on their app these days. And the way I like to think about all these things is just to divide them by the number of days in a year. If you just divide it by 2 months or something, 60 days, €40 for 60 days, doesn't really come up to anything. I mean, you probably spend more on that on, I don't know, lattes and stuff. The second app is called Waking Up, and it is launched by neuroscientist, philosopher, and best-selling author Sam Harris. And in this app, he aims to teach you the fundamentals and theories behind meditation. He himself has been a student of meditation for the past 20 or 30 years. So let's take a look at the app itself. They have an introductory course. It used to be a 50-day introductory course that you have to do before you access daily meditations. I think they've changed it a little bit now since I was last on the app. but it's pretty straightforward. There are daily meditations, as well as long guided meditations, as well as conversations with thought leaders in psychology, meditation, philosophy, psychedelics, and other disciplines, as you can see here. The app itself is pretty straightforward. There's a theory tab that he walks you through the different fundamentals of meditation, what is mindfulness, free will. He's written books on this. Really fascinating guy. I do encourage you to check out his books. So the introductory course, as you can see, it takes you through in a guided track across all the different practices and theories of meditation. All in all, very straightforward. Let's take a look at how much it costs. So I think they've actually reduced their introductory course to 28 days now. Daily meditation, short talks on science, philosophy, and the mind. It costs about 15 euros / $15 per month, and if you pay for the whole year, it is about 100 euros / $100. They're very transparent about the pricing. They do say that if you cannot afford, you can write to them and maybe you can get some kind of a grant, a subsidy, and if you really cannot afford it but would like to practice meditation, I think they even give out sort of scholarships for the app. So if you're looking for a more intellectual experience to ground your meditation practice, if you're someone who like abstract theories the way I do, Waking Up is a fantastic app for that, because Sam Harris not only has deep experience and knowledge within meditation, he also comes from the scientific side as a neuroscientist, and that makes him a really compelling, fascinating person to listen to and bring you through the practice of meditation. So the third and final app is called Insight Timer, and it's actually the app that I currently am using and have been using for the past 2.5 years. And there are a lot of great things that I love about this app, so let's just dive right into it. So this is what the app looks like in the home screen. You can even customize what home screen you want it to load, but essentially let's look at the most important thing. So there are a lot of guided meditations on this app, 90,000 free meditations. So let's take a look at one of the courses. They have different types, so maybe this one. Let's see if I can find this teacher that I really like. Yeah, Sarah Blondin. So there are all these free meditations up here that you can practice. Some of these teachers also create courses, and they are, let's say, 10-day courses for this one by, I think, one of the more popular teachers on Insight Timer, Sarah Blondin. And they have a little intro on what the course is about. Let's see if it plays.
Hi, my name is Sarah Blondin, and welcome to Coming Home to Yourself.
So what I really like about Insight Timer is that the teacher can reply to your questions within the course itself, and then you can at any time just listen to their replies to any questions that the students might have.
Cindy, thank you so much for your beautiful little note. I'm so happy that...
And there's a course outline, and each day is usually 10 minutes. I believe that's how most teachers structure their course. So that's really great. That's just so much content on this platform. But what I think it really stands out from the other platform is there are a lot of musicians on this platform, and they release a lot of their music on this platform, and I use this a lot. So for example, sleep music, something that I love. There's all kinds of amazing content here, really. Binaural music, if you're familiar with that. Yeah, nature sounds, and then you can even filter them by length, for example. And then there are sleep meditation, as you can see here, yoga nidra. So just in general, a ton of great content, even for kids. I haven't looked at this, but there are a lot of good content for kids too, probably, as you can see. I don't use as much of the guided meditation these days since I'm using the silent meditation practice myself, but I do use their timer extensively, and their timer is incredible. It's kind of like a HIIT timer. If you ever tried HIIT exercises, high intensity workout, this is kind of like a high intensity workout for your mind. So you can go crazy on the customization. So this is one of the timers that I used before. It goes on for 60 minutes and 30 seconds, and you can customize all kinds of how it starts, how it ends, and you can also customize interval bells. This is pretty simple, just every 2 minutes it has one strike. I think I have something that's a bit more complex. Let's take a look if it's this one. As you can see, I've customized this to strike at different times, and I was actually mixing this with breath work, some movement exercises, as well as meditation. So this I love and I use extensively. So let's quickly jump over to the website. I want to show you something cool about Insight Timer, and we can also discuss about how much it costs if you're interested in joining them. So this is insighttimer.com. So Insight Timer has teachers from around the world, as you can see. So you can actually sort out by the teachers based on the city. So for example, in Berlin, you can see here, it shows you all the teachers that are here. I mean, they are not necessarily German, but if you do prefer a German-speaking teacher, then I think you can find them here. So that's pretty cool. Finally, let's look at how much it costs. If you want to join their premium version, it's just $60 a year, and it unlocks all the courses and all the premium features. And I think on the free version, you can't actually scrub, so you can't manually fast forward stuff. So they also share 50% of the income with all the teachers. So there you have it. Those are the 3 options that's available to you out there. At least the one that I've tried and I can recommend. Alright, so how do you start and which app do you pick? In general, I would say for absolute beginners, go with Headspace. Their guided programs are amazing, and all you have to do is show up, pick a program track and just show up and just follow the sessions, and then you're done. You know, it helps you to get into rhythm, and that's great. Especially if you're someone like me who's occasionally struggles with having too many options to choose from, and that can be debilitating. So Headspace is the one I would recommend. If you're leaning a little bit more toward the scientific side, you like theories, you like to understand the fundamentals of meditation and what it is, then go with Waking Up. That's a fantastic option. And if you lean a little bit more towards the spiritual side, then Insight Timer is fantastic option. There are a lot of great spiritual content on Insight Timer, and the soundscapes and the music section is honestly probably, I think, the best that I have seen so far. So how long should I meditate? Is it 5 minutes or 10 minutes? I would say generally 20 minutes is probably the ideal amount of time to sit for. It's not that 5 minutes and 10 minutes are bad. They are all good. It's just that it takes time to accumulate. But more importantly is the longer you sit, the quieter, the easier it is for your mind to quiet down. So I've noticed a big difference when I went from meditating 10 minutes to 20 minutes, and 20 minutes to 30 minutes, and 30 minutes to 40 minutes. So obviously you don't have to start at the 40 minutes mark. But generally, as you sit down, you will find that your mind is running a lot of the same thought patterns all the time. But if you give it enough time, they will actually go away, and then you can kind of experience the benefits and power of meditation. I like to view everything that I do through the lens of a relationship. So imagine that you meet someone and all you do is spend 5 minutes with them every time. You really literally never get past talking about the weather and all the kind of small talk, right? So you have to spend time with a person. Likewise, in this case, is with your inner self, and over time you sort of get to know it a little bit better. The other thing that I find has been helpful is that you should create a dedicated space for it. It doesn't have to be a fancy space, but try and create a dedicated space, so not somewhere where you are used to doing other things. It can be on the mat, on the yoga mat, that's why I do it. And it also helps to have objects to bring you into the practice. So create a nice little ritual for yourself, and that can be a little meditation pillow. I personally like to put incense on, and for me that marks the start of the practice, and it gives me something to look forward to. So it becomes a tiny routine within routine itself. So this brings us to the end of the entire series on meditation. I hope you learned something and you try it out for yourself. I've put together a list of 18 of my favorite resources on meditation, including some meditation sessions on metta meditation, vipassana that I talked about in the previous video, as well as some podcasts. There's a link below on how you can get it. So if you're interested, sign up for it and I'll send you those links. So that's it from me, at least with regards to the meditation series. I hope you learned something new. This is the best of what I've learned in the last 7 years compressed into 4 videos. So try it out for yourself. Let me know how it goes. If you like this video, hit like, hit subscribe. Even better, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'll see you out there on the internet.